But, all right, welcome to Closing Ceremonies, asterisk, because this isn't actually the end of the con, but we're going to celebrate it now symbolically together, because it is the final day of organized panels and discussions. And my name is Nova, and I'm the person who started the group, but I am not the only person who has been doing the work by any means. This is a group effort, and the first thing I need to do for Closing Ceremonies is thank all of our volunteers, because I can't emphasize enough how much time and effort and nerve it takes to get in front of other people and start talking about yourself or something that you care deeply about. And also, or the audience, like getting in front of people and showing off your work and putting yourself out there. And especially our camp counselors, the volunteer staff, like they do so much work behind the scenes that you guys don't even get to see. Literally have been working 4 months behind the scenes to plan everything. It's like, what channels are we going to have? How are we going to verify people for 18 plus? Are we going to have an 18 plus section? What's going on the schedule when? Oh wait, we need like 3 or 4 different Google forms. We got to build them. Oh dear God. Now people are submitting stuff to them. We have to read that. Just never ending. And just been working tirelessly through the con to help people get in, help people get the roles they need, continually messing with the permissions. Like literally this wouldn't exist without you. Thank you so much for. And also I know it's a first year con. We're going to have bumps in the road. We're going to have tech issues. I mean, there's always going to be tech issues, but especially for the first year, because we're trying to build everything from the ground up and figure out how we're going to, like, because what we do now sets the tone for every HowlCon going forward. We've done a lot. Every year's going to be work, but the first year is the hardest. So I'm just overwhelmed of how much support this convention has gotten. And also in a similar vein, if you're sitting here thinking, well, I love the con, Nova, but I really wish you had, I don't know, a Jackbox party panel, or why didn't you have a this panel? Why didn't you have a that panel? And the answer is because no one submitted to run it. Because we don't come up with the ideas as staff. We don't come up with the ideas. We don't say, hey, I want someone to do this. Who's running it? It's all whatever community members are willing to present. And so if there's something where you're like, oh, I really, really want, I'm just throwing Jackbox out because I know that's what has been requested several times. If there's something you really want to see, consider hosting it. I'm sorry, I'm going to take a sip of my tea here. This is everyone's cue to hydrate. Show every American my pain. This year I know we had the one nice thing about being the con chair is that I can put things in my time zone. That's been the nicest part. So I don't have to, every time I looked at the schedule, it was in my clock. I didn't have to be like, oh wait, it's in Eastern. I have to take off an hour. Crap, I'm late. Or I'm early. But, what was I going to say of that? So yeah, considering a panel, but also I understand that, like, it's a lot of work. Even writing the script, making the slides, showing up in front of people, and then saying words when they're all staring at you, saying, where's the slides? But I deeply appreciate everyone, too, being very respectful during panels and supportive and being mindful that it takes a lot to get up and start talking in front of people. And being very kind to one another, because we all do want to see each other succeed. We're not here to like put each other on trial during these lectures and panels and stuff. We're here to have a good time and learn about one another and just kind of hang out as a community. And that was the whole point of this. So I should probably look at my bolded list, because I think I had more than one bullet point on that. Oh, one last call to check out the Artist Alley. Of course. Times are tough, and I get that. But if you're feeling generous, I know that a number of the artists have HowlCon specials going on So if we're considering getting some art, it's a good time to do it. And there's a lot of amazing talent. I know we've been having art streams go literally all weekend. I think the last one wrapped up this afternoon, but yeah, I've really enjoyed watching how many there've been going on and seeing all of the art being shared back and forth. Yeah, I would show you guys what we commissioned, but it hasn't been made yet. And even if it was finished, it's a surprise for next year. So you guys will find out next HowlCon. But we're still on this year's business. We're not on next year's business yet. All right, so what's next on this agenda? Panel recordings. I said it off recording, so I'll repeat it again just to make sure that it's for the record. So panel recordings, most of the panels at this point are already on the HowlCon YouTube. If you don't like YouTube, and which is completely fair, we also have a Proton Drive link. And it's literally just the video files that I'm uploading on YouTube, but they're on Proton Drive. And you can just go, and I highly recommend, for archival purposes, that you download them. Because the best thing for archival, I've heard, is to have them in 3 places. So they'll be on the YouTube, they'll be in my Proton Drive, and if you download them, well, that's the 3rd place. So yeah, don't be shy about downloading the files. Because I tried hard to find an alternative to YouTube, and all of the options I found that were feasible for the size of files we were uploading wanted my credit card information, and that wasn't happening. So that's why we went with YouTube. And also a lot of people are going to expect to find them on YouTube, because we've been saying that the whole time that we're putting them on YouTube. Yeah, I know. Everyone wants my credit card information so bad. Especially those 3 little numbers on the back. But, so that's why I was already paying for Proton Drive for a different project I'm working on that I'm not ready to announce yet, but it's cool and it'll be awesome. It's a zine project, but we're not here to talk about that. Come on, Nova, focus. So yeah, I was already paying for the Proton Drive, so it was easy just to slap the videos in there and just share the link. Yeah, but we're not ready to share the website yet, because we still got to do the building it part. But we started putting files in there, so like that's almost built, right? So we have a few more panels today yet. I expect the recordings to get up probably before we go into read-only mode. And again, we will be going into read-only mode Tuesday morning. What time? When I get to my computer desk. So probably 9 a.m. Central Time, knowing me. So the last 3, as I put panel recordings on the YouTube, they'll also be appearing in the Proton Drive. And if I like just pushed it live on YouTube, it might take a little bit of time because my computer can only handle uploading so many things at once, so I have to kind of stagger them. But by Tuesday, I believe you should have all of them. Just knock on wood. In a similar vein, since we're talking about panels, we do have a panelist feedback form. I think there's one more change I need to make before I give you the link. So also, since I was mentioning before that we were trying to not use Google stuff, that this is built with Tallyform, so I'm testing it out and I hope it works okay. But it looks like it'll be really slick. Please allow me to log in. And it's just going to be a form that has the name of each panel from this year and just an open-ended section. And I would just would love to hear your feedback for the panels. Like, what was your favorite part of it? What would you like to see added if it were to be presented again? If there's any panel you didn't attend on the list, 'cause I don't expect everyone to go to every single panel. Obviously, you can just skip it. None of the sections are required, or you can just put NA. But this is really good for our panelists to see where they can improve, what they did well. And because of how this form is built, I have to download a CSV file to share with the panelists afterward. It's not like a live feed like on Google Sheets where I can give it to them. So everyone's going to have 24 hours. So tomorrow evening, I will pull a copy of that to give to the panelists. So if you had a little bit of time today or early tomorrow, me and the other panelists would really appreciate your feedback and thoughts. All right, now there should be a share button somewhere else, but I'll also put this in. I'll put a link in chat, but I'll also have this in the announcements later, so don't worry about it, because I'm sure chat's going really fast. Link to share. All right. That should work. Yay! It shows the little pixel art. I was very happy to include that. That was some art that we purchased off Ko-Fi. And then it has a little dog on it, so I thought it kind of matched. Yeah, no rush, but it's just we do have to have a deadline on it so we can actually pull the responses for the panelists. You don't feel like you have to like write an essay or anything, just whatever you want to share. Oh, that's not where my bolded list is. All right. All right. And also just a quick shout out, if you did enjoy HowlCon and if you have, say, a personal website and would like to share buttons with us, this is also where I'm going to plug our community page. Let me pull a link up to that really fast. It's like no pressure to add your button. I mean, I add my button to your website or anything. It's just there if you want it. But if you would like your button added to the HowlCon site, and again, this will also be put in the official links channel and in announcements later on. But here it is too. If you have a website button, just send us an email and we'll add it. And that's it. There's not really any restrictions on like, oh, your website has to be this or that. You just have to have a button. And we do have, if you do like, Nova, I've never made a button. Don't worry, that link has some website button builders on it just to get you started. They're real simple to use, but no pressure. That's just if you want to do it. This is a fun little thing I thought would be kind of cool, so we all kind of like link to each other. And there's no deadline on that one. That one's just like whenever you want to message us. Like it could be 6 months from now and we'll add you to it. All right, so we've wrapped up. One more thing for this year, because I know someone did ask. How we had, if you discount the bots in the con server, 205 campers attend this weekend. Which I thought was wild. I thought we'd have like 100 people show up. Like if we were lucky. And then I saw the amount of emails I had to send on Thursday, and thank you so much for your patience. I understand that it took some time, because I looked at the list and I was like, oh, there's like 3 times more than I thought. How many can I send in one email before it like computer freaks out? Oh, it's gonna take longer than I thought. So thank you for your patience with that. Yeah, for a first year con, like we're obviously nowhere near the size of other con, but we were never going to be. This is a much smaller, lower key convention, which isn't a bad thing, because it's very approachable. It's a lot less hectic. Yeah, it's got that cozy campfire aesthetic. Yeah, OtherCon, it happened at such a weird time and was like the perfect storm, like in 2020, that it's just like instantly, and it was the first one, I believe, for only the Tumblr kin community. Yeah, thankfully, like, I remember I was asking my friends earlier, I was like, do you mind if I put this on the HowlCon socials? And I was they were talking about the Mad Lib stories, and I was like, socials, what am I talking about? We only have a Tumblr. 'Cause we thought about having other ones, but I'm gonna be real, we don't use other social media. Dream With, we did promote this on the Otherkin News Dream With, but it's not the same as having like a popular social media. You should have a bowl pit next year. How? A virtual ball pit? I thought about having a Minecraft server. Maybe you could build one, but that didn't happen because that also costs money. But maybe one day. Ball pit mod for Minecraft, yeah. Yeah, that's the trouble with a lot of the cool things we're thinking about is that they cost money. VR chat room, I think that's so interesting, the VR chat. But I would need someone else's expertise because I have literally no experience. I've never even touched a VR headset. I don't think that the microphone picked it up, but a small bird woke up from her nap across the room and is starting to whistle. If it turns into a scream, I might have to get up really fast and grab her. But she seems happy now, so it's okay. Yeah, she just woke up from her nap. She had a really hard afternoon. She had to take a bath. It was just so hard. Yeah, VR. Yeah, I think that happened once or twice at OtherCon. People want it, but it's just it takes work and it takes expertise that I unfortunately don't have. But I think that's this year's business. So we're going to talk now about next year. So what you can expect next year. So next year's HowlCon, we will be in the exact same server. So we're not like OtherCon where they would would put this into read only and then build a new server. I'm gonna put all of the channels into read only. We're gonna put them in a category called like HowlCon 2025. And you'll always be able to go back and read them, but then when we have 2026, they will be in new chat channels in the same Discord server. Because I know a lot of people have a lot of servers that they like and don't want to leave, and it's just more convenient that way. And also, it'll make attending next year much easier. So, as long as you don't leave the server, you're already here. So again, assuming if you don't leave the server, you don't have to sign up as an attendee next year. You're already here. Is there a limit to how many channels a Discord server can have? I have no idea. Yeah, it's like how the Centaurus Festival works, where it's going to be... I assume there would be a limit, but I don't know what it is. Can Google it super fast. Discord channel. So it says that you can have 50 channels in a category and 500 in a server, according to Reddit. Yeah, we'll, if it starts getting laggy, we can, think about what to do at that point. Because I think we don't have nearly enough, I think, to where we would need to worry about it at this point. But, and there's gonna be some panels that are, like, some channels that are just kind of kept, like, in the main area, like the entrance or like, some of the con op stuff can just stay. or like the official links, the role center, those aren't really gonna need to be archived and remade because they're the same every year. But we can cross that bridge when we come to it. But if you do want to be a panelist next year, so if you're already in the server, you don't have to apply to be an attendee. But if you do want to be a panelist or an artist next year, we are going to ask, even if you were one this year, that you reapply next year. Because I only want people to have, because when you have the panelist or the artist role, you get certain permissions in the server. So we're going to want only people who are actively presenting panels or actively in the artist alley to have those roles. So, but we will also, when we start getting like closer to when those forms would be opening, we'll be having reminders and everything go out. We'll probably put one actually in the server. I don't want to like at you guys too many times when it's not con season, but at least once we will and say like, hey, this is the dates for next year. This is when this form opens and this one opens. If you're interested, watch out for these dates. And obviously on our social media, we do have a newsletter that is you can also sign up for on our website if you'd want to get it, if you prefer to have it emailed to you or you don't have a Tumblr or something. So next year we are not going to have the convention the third weekend of September, and because it was brought to, honey, are you gonna be? Do you need to come over here? Fine. Okay, I gotta go get her. Come on. You want to stay in the corner anymore? You can fly. Come on, girl. You're coming over by me now. Not option. No, you don't get to cry in their side of the room. No. You be good there? Alright, so we're not going to be the third weekend in September, because I didn't realize until we already had people agree to show up that it was CozyCon weekend, which is a virtual furry convention, and I'd rather not overlap. So our plan is to have it next October, so October 2026, and traditionally Howls were hosted on the full moon. So it's going to be the weekend closest to the full moon next October, which I believe is October 25th. Yeah. But I'll have to confirm that because I'm just going off my memory for that date. But that it should be the end of October next year. Oh, yeah, Halloween howling, you know. It's spooky. And that's all I had. We're right on time. Thank you. Are you guys able to hear that? Do you want to make noise actually by the microphone, or is that it's too scary? It's too scary. I'm sorry for even suggesting that. Where do you want to go? I'm not. Well, she doesn't. This microphone's scary, but also Mom shouldn't be looking at it. She's an Indian ringneck. Her name is Kiwi. She's 10 years old, and she also made a bunch of noises during opening ceremonies. Yeah, she doesn't say any words, but she likes to scream and copy whistles. Yeah. Yeah, she's 10. Her birthday's in March. Yep, I think her hatch day is March 15th. Yeah, there's a picture on the day we picked her up that's framed in her bedroom. Nice. All right, that's all I really had to say, just to kind of recap. And also, I'll be putting this like as an official written thing in announcements. If you have time to fill out the panelists feedback form, we deeply appreciate it. We'll give everyone like 24 hours because we do have to download the file then to share with the panelists. Let's see what else. If you want to join the HowlCon community, email us your website button. We'll just add you. And if you add our button back, we deeply appreciate it, but not required. The server goes into read-only mode Tuesday morning. Panels will go up probably before then, unless something happens. Most of them are already up on the YouTube or in the Proton Drive link, which can be found in the official links category channel. And yeah, and thank you everyone for coming. Thank you especially to all of our volunteers. And we're not actually done yet, so don't leave the server. We have another panel starting at 7. Wait, we're all in different time zones. 30 minutes. It's another panel in 30 minutes. Yeah, soon. All right, well, we'll see y'all there. Thank you guys for coming.